Our man of the moment is live from the city of lights, love and rugby. Stuart Smith, what's cooking at the moment? Set the scene for us as we build up to this first match between the host France and the All Blacks.
Yeah, well, we're cooking, Parisians cooking, and likely the players will be later as well. We're the fourth day into an unprecedented heat wave in France, but the game's going on regardless, and you can see everyone enjoying the late evening weather. Going in to this area, we're in a viewing area where later fans and those just interested will be able to watch the game taking place in a few hours' time. It's the talk of Paris, and not just the talk in French, the talk in English as well. There have descended a whole host of tourists from New Zealand and other countries taking part, and you can hear the excitement just walking around in these cafes in the streets of Paris for what looks set to be a really exciting World Cup.
And exciting indeed, and there's been fans from all over the world, but specifically we want to know, has there been a strong South African contingent so far that you've seen?
That's one thing I haven't seen yet. There are plenty of All Black shirts around, plenty of blue shirts too. I can't see I've seen a South African shirt yet. I hope to. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, but if they are in France, definitely get down here because some South African representation is sorely needed.
Well, we can't wait on Sunday when we take on Scotland. That match will be epic. We know that we are the defending champions. Has there been any talk about who the favourites would be? And we know who our favourites are.
Well, you won't be surprised to hear France is what I'm hearing in the streets. And indeed, the coaches have talked about a new strategy going into this. They're not going to match what they say the Anglo-Saxon teams do. They're going to be trying something a little different. So we can look forward to some new tactics, perhaps. And France does believe, when talking to people here at least, that they could win this World Cup. Though there is some nervousness going into this particular game with New Zealand, as it will be a tough one for France to win.
Well, it seems like, Stuart, you're going to have lots of fun, lots of rucks, lots of scrums. What are you anticipating the score to be tonight?
I've never learned after many years of doing this never to give a score on air, but I will mention one other thing that we might be interesting for those potentially less interested in rugby. The 20-minute opening ceremony looks set to be really interesting. They're going to take us back to 1950 France. There'll be berets and baguettes and a little village scene where seems like one person may fall in love with a ballerina. So a very interesting taster, an aperitif perhaps to the rugby later in the day.
Thank you so much, Stuart Smith. It sounds absolutely magnifique.